Forgive me, YouTube, for I have sinned. It's been a bloody long time since my last video. Unacceptable in YouTube land, right? Then tell me what I need to do and we'll talk about it. Anyway, no promises, we'll talk about it. Yes, we are off for the weekend. It's been a while since my last video. We've done loads of sailing, but it's been a while. It's kind of difficult when you're the person who's in charge and you're trying to keep everybody happy, make sure the boat's safe, make sure everybody's safe, and then do the videos as well. I was hoping to get some footage from some other people who've sailed with me, but I haven't managed to do that. So maybe we'll still do that and we'll sort of put together a montage of sailing stuff. But yes, so this weekend's a little bit different. I'll tell you about it in a sec. So I am not in charge this weekend. I am sailing with a fellow westerly barrack owner called Jeremy, and me and my trusty sidekick Sky. We're going to go off to help him deliver his boat. So I'm not in charge. I can do you guys a video. This is cool. But before that, we are running a few errands, Sky and I. I am going to go see a man about some autopilot units that I want to get for Sibongile, and then also a large 200 amp hour battery for Sibongile as well, as the sort of combined starter house battery. I've got some ideas how I want to lay out the electrics and have redundancy and things. So, but yeah, I think it'll be useful to have a large battery on board for lights and things. But also have, like I said, redundancy for VHF and emergency things. But yeah, so that's what we're doing. We're picking up some Raymarine auto helm units, and we are picking up a battery. But anyway, I'm waffling. I need to get on the road. I'm 10 minutes late. Right, so this is actually pretty cool. I've got a few updates, and John Seagull's looking really nice. But yeah, let me quickly show you what the errands that I've just run and stuff that I've got for Sibongile. Hey Sky, where are we? Where are we, girl? Hello Sky. Right, so I've managed to acquire these two Raymarine ST 2000 plus units. So these are for a, I think up to a 40 footer, so it's 8 tons. So Sibongile is 7.5 tons, so this is sort of within the capacity. I need to get the little cap unit over there that the pin goes into. So I need to get that, and I need to get the rest of the parts, and then I need to get the electrical hookup, and then I need to test them. So yeah, this is quite cool. So yeah, so that's quite exciting because I've got an auxiliary rudder to put on the back of Sibongile, and then those units will power the auxiliary rudder, and so I'll have tele-operated self-steering auto helm, and then the plan is also to build a fully self-contained wind vane that actuates the tiller as well. So that's the plan over there. So I'll do the same. It's essentially the same setup that I'm building onto 11 Point. So the reason I wanted why 2 is good is obviously we've got redundancy then. So if one breaks, we've got a backup. But yeah, so that's the plan. So we'll, and I'll show you some of the other stuff that Rich has got. So here she is, looking all regal. Alright, so nothing really much has changed inside here. I've been discussing with Pav about the rig and what have you, and I'll tell you a little bit about that in a bit. But in that box, and over there, that lump of sail over there, those are 2 spare mainsails. So a little bit used. This one is heavy duty offshore spec. So the expectation is that that'll sort of survive until we can get a sponsor, or go through that arrangement with Rowley Tusker. So that's the one I'm most keen on. But in the meantime, certainly for things like Sisters of Sibongile and anything else that we do with this boat that's going to involve mile building, those will be the sails that we'll use. So we can thrash the living daylights out of those and not have to worry about it. Yeah, so that's quite cool. And then you can't see it. It's underneath that sail. We've got a bunch of new ropes, various other things. I need to come and dig in some of the bags here because I need a charger unit for the for my handheld VHF. Yeah, so I need to come and spend some time here this evening. Alright, guy. We're going off to John Seagull. I'll show you the exciting news over there. Alright. I have to do this slowly because otherwise it's going to make a huge noise on the boardwalk, on the pontoon. But yeah, in the meantime I've been discussing the masts and the rigging and the engine with Riggit. So I've asked them to sort of press ahead with the old engine removal of the old engine block because Ollie and I have already started on that. So they'll press ahead with that, and we've got some people who want to be involved in that. So that's good. And then also to press ahead with the replacement of the main mast. So we'll go ahead with that. Pav has said he's got 2 matching masts that will actually serve as main and mizzen. And it will make sense to do them both at the same time. And then we'll just work out the finances of that. So hopefully by the end of the season, the end of the summer, or maybe sort of into autumn, we'll have a new engine at least, and then through the winter we'll get the 2 masts replaced. So yeah, fingers crossed. At the moment it looks like we're actually on track for launching Sibongile and the Sisters of Sibongile initiative in Easter, so that's good. Right, and I'll see John Seagull, not Sibongile. John Seagull. So I had started with the removal of the guardrails and the push pit, and Pav asked me to hold fire on that because if they struggle to get those units out there, then actually having the stanchions and the gates will help to get them sort of wiggled out. So that's apparently going to get done on Monday and Tuesday. Because he promised me hand over heart 2 weeks from the date he promised me it would be 2 weeks, so that's Monday or Tuesday, I can't remember. Yeah, so hopefully we'll be able to move her back onto her mooring at the end of next week. That'll be good. But he has said that we can come and raft up alongside that tug over there, and so we can still do sailings just without the guardrails. Anyway, let me take you inside. I'll show you what we got. Alrighty-o, there we go. What do you think? New saloon cushions. So the eagle-eyed amongst you will spot that they're a little wonky up the top here. I'll explain in a minute why. But yes, we got those 2 and those 2, and also got those 2 over there. So that's quite nice. And then we'll do the curtains to match, and then we'll have sort of nice aqua type upholstery. So that's cool. So let me tell you why those bits are wonky. So if you see, this seating arrangement is offset. So this seat here can theoretically sit 3. That one can sit 2. You'd have to be super comfy here, or maybe kids. But yeah, so they're offset. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to rebuild the table that comes out there so that it is actually angled, so that it runs on this angle here. And so when these cushions come down to fill in this gap here, the top edge of that one meets up with the bottom edge of that one, and then they together run along that line over there. And so the intention then is to get a sheet made up that will fit across all of that, or maybe do individual sheets. I'll probably do that, in fact. So individual sheets, and yeah, that's what we'll do. And then build a new table, and then adjust it according to what we need, because this one's a little bit dry and decrepit and a little brittle. So we'll redo the table. Yeah, so that's all good, and I've got the timber for that already. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is 06:20, and it's early start to the day. So I'm going to go for a 15-minute drive to the yacht club, and then I'm going to meet Jeremy and head down to his boat. Yeah, and then we'll catch the outgoing tide and should be a nice day. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. It's nice and early. We'll get the outgoing tide from the Hamble and then hopefully the incoming tide onto Chichester Conservancy. And I haven't been there for 2 years, so I'm looking forward to that. Alright, talk to you in a bit. This guy's just doing a business. Beautiful morning, punctuated by a dog poop. What's up, Sky? What's you catching? Sky? Sky, come on, Sky. Oh gosh. Sometimes she's brave around the wasps and sometimes she's not. Sky, stay here, girl. Come. Anyway. It's a beautiful morning. It's going to be a nice day today. Now let's go.
Is she a good swimmer?
She can swim. She chooses not to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sky. There you go. Yeah, give it a couple of wraps just in case. Hold on, I need to undo the sheet here because this one will be holding you. Yeah. Alright. Alright, give it a couple of wraps on the jib. Yeah, it just means that'll do. So it just means that if for some of the reason you got an issue with the storms coming through, then you got that extra bit of protection. Gosh, super interesting day. Sketchy as freaking hell everything. Anyway, yeah, so this video doesn't actually do this area any justice whatsoever. Anyway, so back at the Warsat Harbour Master. Yeah, super nice. So I got to get the taxi back to the Royal Air Force Yacht Club and go for a drink and go home. Hey Sky. Hey, Sky. Sky. Hello, Sky. Gosh, that sail was as sketchy as fuck. The whole day was just bonkers. So it started off, the day was flipping mad. It started off with Jeremy was just picking me up, and some guy tried to come into the marina under sail, and he got his engine failed as he was trying to put it on, having tried to come in under sail, and then he basically, the current T-boned him on the end of a pontoon just on one of my good friend's boats, and then so we had to try and drag him off, and the outgoing current, we had to try and drag him off somebody's person, drag him off poor Christine's boat, so that was okay. But then we got to the dock, and so we had to we got him off the dock, and then we ended up going to Jeremy's boat. Jeremy's boat wouldn't frickin' start. Well, it started, and then the engine promptly failed. We had to spend an hour trying to get it sorted out. Back to Chandlery to get another battery. It turned out not to be the battery. And then we managed to work out from YouTube how to get that particular engine started, which was apparently a Ford engine, as a petrol engine converted to diesel. So we worked out how to get that started. So that was fine. But the boat Jeremy's boat still needs a huge amount of work. But it was fine. We got under sail, and so that was all good. So anyway, yeah, so we get into Chichester, and it's beautiful. Going into Chichester is super lovely. But then, as we're approaching the mooring, Jeremy didn't have a boat hook, and so anyway, so he had to lie on his stomach to try and pick up the pickup buoy. I had to go around again, and on the second time around, flipping engine failed. Right, but thankfully it was right at the top of the tide, so we threw the anchor down, and then used the dinghy to get on board to pull the boat forward. But thankfully, there was a breeze, but no outgoing current. If there was a current, we would have been fucked. So anyway, and then so we managed to get it to avoid actually crashing into any other boats, and then got to the dock, and some sod's Mercedes was flooded up to the windows because they'd parked in a tidal area, and so they were flooded up to the windows. But yeah, it's all good. We're all in one piece and alive. But yeah, sketchy as hell. Anyway, yeah, so that's it for this week. Apologies for not getting any footage of the dramatic stuff, but like I said, it's just me, right? Whenever there's dramatic stuff going on, I have to help out, and I can't really film. So yeah, that's it. Anyway, see you in the next video.